Hello, this is RJ City, and I am ethically opposed to any more wrestling podcasts. I don't know why you guys are talking about wrestling. It is a niche product. It is a very small industry. Yet, at this point, there's more wrestling podcasts than there are wrestlers. There is something wrong with society as a whole, but as you get smaller and smaller into wrestling, and then the wrestling podcast sphere, it gets even worse. And one such example, if I may turn on the microscope and look at the drudgery that happens to be True Heel Heat. SP3, Sid, this is your fault.
Hi, I'm the ballsy badass Shotzi Blackheart, and you're watching True Heel Heat.
Hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom SP3, and we are live on the True Heel Heat YouTube and Facebook for Rated Raw Review number 102, Robbery in Germany. Breaking down last night's or yesterday afternoon's edition of WWE Raw, the second edition of 2026, where Gunther stole a win from AJ Styles and Bron Breakker broke Adam Pearce and got himself suspended, plus much more. And of course, to break it all down with all of you, I am joined by my esteemed colleague. He is the resident True Heel alcoholic himself, Top Guy JJ. Top Guy, how the hell are you?
I don't know. I don't know. Feel like a rewind with a little bit of additional shit, but you know, we're here. What up, chat? What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? I'm good otherwise. I mean, outside of this outside of what we're about to talk about, I'm fine. I'm good, healthy, can't complain. You know.
Hey, I will start off and say it was better than last week.
It was better than last week. I will give it that much, even though they doubled down on some mud, but it was, Raw isn't that good. It's not that good. So it's almost like if we get a decent episode, it's almost like satisfactory, which is pretty fucking whack to say.
The bar has been brought down that much that a decent episode, we're like, hey, better than last week.
Fucking get excited for like decent. Getting excited for mediocre. Love this.
You get like a C minus. You're like, better than my last grade. That's where we're at. That's where we're at with Monday Night Raw in the year of 2026. But that is not where we're at with all of you. Thank you so much for joining us here live on Rated Raw Review. Want to thank you all if you joined us live last week, or if you watched last week's show. Definitely got a lot of feedback from last week's show with Top Guy JJ's performance and one of the greatest crash outs in True Hill Heat history. I want to appreciate y'all for that. I want to appreciate y'all if you're joining us live today, if you're watching us on demand. Also appreciate you as well. Show your appreciation back the simplest way possible.
God damn, it's going up hot.
Drop the thumbs up on the video. Drop the thumbs up on the video. Share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And of course, you can sound off in the comment section if you're watching us on demand. If you're with us live, sound off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you guys. Hear your thoughts on last night's Monday Night Raw. But of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, you want to show your support to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel and Rated Raw Review, you can do so with a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to contributors that you see on screen with us here, and we always appreciate the support. And damn, we appreciate the support from our main man, our True Hill Heat member of the year, Chuck Berries, who started off big time with $100 super chat donation. It's been so long since I sent the all red. Thank you, Chuck Berries, for the support. I know Romeo's gonna watch this and he's gonna be so upset that this was another week where he missed out.
You know what? You know what? This everything isn't about this, but it shows the level of appreciation for what we bear for so many weeks and doing this for basically an entire year now. This shit has been rough, bro. This shit has been rough. There's been hard times on Tuesday afternoons to do this week in and week out. The best part of it is spending it with you guys. But talking about Monday Night Raw every week, and it's not the Attitude Era or it's not the Ruthless Aggression Era, it's the Paul Era. Golly.
The Triple H Era. This is what we do era.
Dan, it's not like we reviewing 2023 Raws and shit. This shit is 102 episodes. This shit started in 2024.
No, it started in 2023 because we took a month or two off
because of the bullshit.
Yeah, we took a sabbatical in I think the summer of 2024 when things were starting to look rocky. Then they got back on track and we came back, and then we continued through 2024. We started I remember the first Rated Raw episode, we reviewed CM Punk's first Raw in a decade. That was the first Raw we ever reviewed on Rated Raw Review.
Got it. Well, I guess our third mate is just taking sabbaticals every season of the year.
Back-to-back sabbaticals, I guess.
Like,
I told him what y'all
worse than Romans.
I told him what all of y'all said, that he needs to at least have the top guy JJ schedule, at least show up once a month. But he didn't. He just gave me a thumbs up. He didn't even like say, okay, yeah, I'm willing to do that. He just gave me a thumbs up. But Chuck Berries, thank you so much for this super chat donation. Like JJ said, it shows the level of appreciation and level of support that we have from our community, and we have the best community out of everybody. You guys are awesome and always showing our support for everything that we do here. So we greatly appreciate super chat donations like this. He says, I'm sorry, not really. But sometimes Raw has been as plain and vanilla as my Eagles offense this past season, which is why they asses are off to Cancun, with a bunch of angry emojis. Then
all of those emojis are fuck AJ Brown. I mean, all of those emojis are fuck AJ Brown, fuck AJ Brown, and get AJ Brown the fuck off this team. All that crybaby bullshit he pulled all season, and his ass is the reason the Eagles are home. Carry on, sir.
He says, yes, I'm still venting. Yes, this is a wrestling show, but I paid for this super chat, damn it. Okay, carry on.
You know what?
Chuck Berries, I feel your pain.
I kind of wish that Chuck Berries was on camera to say this super chat, because I think it's something that he got to get off his chest and say it. Because goddamn, I'm not even an Eagles fan, bro, and I was pissed off.
He feels for you. You feel the pain. You feel the pain.
Now, you can't do what you did all year, bro. You can't do what you did all year. Being cryptic, being passive aggressive, being forward aggressive, talking shit all season, like down in every situation, bitching because you ain't getting the ball, even though at the time the Eagles are like 7 or 8-1.
Yeah.
And then when you get the ball, that nigga had like 3 drops, bro.
Yikes.
And all good Jalen Hurts passes. And all in critical times. 3rd downs, 4th downs, drive-saving plays, scoring drives. Like, golly. Like, I wouldn't even feel as bad if I was the Steelers, because at least the Steelers, like, they're just not good enough. The Steelers are just not good enough. But the Eagles got a fucking all-star team over there. And the Niners, their injury report is as tall as my fucking shoe wall. Like, and they lost to them in Philly. Like, dude, nah. Get AJ Brown, gotta get the fuck off that team, bro. And good luck to whoever acquires him, because he is the epitome of a fucking diva.
Yeah. Nah, I agree. Chuck Berry's ads, he says, hello, THH fam. Now that I got that out of the way, Raw was okay, I guess.
You're being kind, sir. You're being kind.
Oh, we got Chuck Berries who says, and by the way, I meant no harm, but I really just had to vent a little bit. I understand, man. I understand. I definitely understand. And Brandon Brown saying, we want Rated Raw review. We want Rated Raw review. Pretty please, with cherries on top. We apologize for the delay on the start of the show. I try to accommodate. JJ has to make his way home to do the show. So I try to start I'm gonna start planning. I'm gonna start putting it out there that we'll start the show around like 1:15 p.m. Eastern.
So my every Tuesday I kind of have something to take care of earlier in the day, and I usually attempt to try to make it on time for the show. but I can't control things like traffic, the length of the
Exactly.
appointments and things like that. So if it runs like 10, 15 minutes over, I got to hit them up like, oh, I'm stuck. I'll be there in like 15. And whenever we start at like 115, 120, it's usually because of me. But at least I'm here.
Exactly. You show up. So
at least I'm here. At least I'm making my way to the show.
Oh, we got that's funny. We got in the chat as well. Chuck Berry says, "Oh, and by the way, I know that SP3 is feeling great or even better about the AD trade a year later after the news today about AD." I don't know if I've seen the news particularly about today, but I mean, I've been happy about that trade for quite some time. If we're all things considered. We came out well with that trade. I hope the Lakers don't listen to this idiot Rich Paul, who's out here saying that we need to trade Austin Reeves for a Triple J. Like what? I need LeBron James to shut up and box someone out, not say a word. But I will read the news. Shams Shawani. It'll be nice if the Lakers can guard a shot. Shams Shawani put it out a tweet about a half an hour ago. Dallas Mavericks Anthony Davis is likely to undergo surgery to repair ligament damage in his left hand and will miss several months. Sources tell ESPN his Dallas season is essentially over given the prognosis and Mavericks direction. Holy shit. So since joining the Mavericks on February 1st, 2025, this is the list of injuries Anthony Davis has had. Abdominal injury, an abductor injury, an eye injury, a thigh injury, a groin injury, Achilles injury, leg injury, calf injury, and now a hand ligament injury. He's had 9 injuries in less than a year.
For a professional athlete, that man does not take care of himself. That is too many body parts. That's too many body parts getting fucked up one way or another. Yeah. Like there's something in that off season or something that he just does not do. Like he is like if he's a regular guy, kind of like how we are, and we ain't gotta fucking go through the rigor of an 82 plus game season with playoffs and potentially 100 games. If that was the case with us, I bet you the lifestyle and what choices are made would be completely different. He lives like he's one of us, but then goes to a professional basketball court and thinks that his skills are just going to take over. Like, you can't be that big and be regular. You just can't. You can't do it.
You have to at least be on the court if you are.
Or you got to get extra treatment. You got if you know your body is prone to things like this, which he has his whole career has been this story. You got to do shit differently, bro. You got to do shit differently. Because whatever you've been doing for the past 10, 11 years ain't working.
Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, it might be a wrap. It might be a wrap for him, but we shall see. We do got another super chat donation from our boy Andrew Brown. Good to see you in the chat once again. He says, do you think Cody got out and dodged the Roman match, given what was reported on Wrestling Observer Radio? Wrestling Observer Radio did report last night following Monday Night Raw that Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns for WrestleMania 42, the match that me and you have been discussing multiple weeks in a row ever since the whole War Games build up and everything that fell out of War Games with the post match between Cody and Roman. That matchup is now no longer penciled in for WrestleMania. I want to read the Dave Meltzer quote exactly so I get this right here, but where can I find this? Where can I find this at? because basically he said that on Wednesday, they basically reportedly they scrapped the Roman and Cody matchup for WrestleMania. The reported plans changed last week when they made the decision to have Drew McIntyre dethrone Cody Rhodes for the Undisputed Championship. So it's probably not going to happen anymore. And thank God it is. I've been hearing foolish people being like, oh, well, Cody and Roman 3 doesn't need to be for the title. No, it just doesn't need to happen. It doesn't not need to be for the title. It kind of does need to be for the title if it is going to happen again, but it doesn't need to happen right now. So I am great. I think that's great news that it's no longer, it's off the table, or probably not going to happen, because I think that we talked about all the different opportunities that they had now that now that Cody dropped the title to Drew. They have the opportunity to do a 3-way with those guys, or they can give me the matchup that I've been wanting, that we both been wanting for over a year now, Roman and Punk for the title as well. We got Rachel in the chat who kind of brings that up, says, I knew I wasn't crazy to think Punk versus Roman. Take Meltzer's reports with a grain of salt. We always do. He says, when Roman said that belt would look like nice on me, I think he was referring to a belt he has not held, the World Heavyweight Championship. That is not what Roman said. He said that belt would look better on me. And they both didn't know which belt he was referring to. He didn't say that belt would look nice on me. He said that belt would look better on me. So that could be a title that he has held or hasn't held.
I just want him to come to work.
That would be nice.
I just want him to come to work. The man hasn't been in any scene or anything since War Games. Like, it's one thing when you're the man and you're the champion and you do these little pop-ins and you kind of command the attention. Bro, you're not even a champion, bro. Like you just gonna, what you gonna do, walk in February and then talk about you're the main event of WrestleMania? I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm not gonna have the same energy for entertaining that. Like, no. I'm like, no. Like, you even know I'm not a fan of a lot of the product that's been going on, but you got these motherfuckers that's been killing themselves all fucking year. All year. And then you have all of 10 to 12. John Cena came to work like 3 times more than you did last year.
It's actually true. Probably more than 3 times.
Like, no. And you're not even injured. Like, you're not even injured. And God forbid that. Like, don't let that happen. But you're going to just walk in and you're going to, oh, you're in the main event for what? What the fuck have you earned? The last match you was in, you lost.
He's lost every big match he's been in since he lost the title at WrestleMania 40.
He was in, you lost.
Sure.
Like,
he lost his last one-on-one match, his last match in general, he lost. The men's War Games, they lost.
If there's no grind for him, I'm not going to be on that gravy train. I'm not. It's something about going to the top and not having to work for it really fucking irks my nerves. That's why I was really not happy about the whole when The Rock came back and he just waltzed into a title match with CM Punk and just took the title off of him and just waltzed his way into WrestleMania. I was like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Like this man didn't have a single number. Like, he didn't even have a pre-match. Like, he didn't even fucking qualify for anything. He just did it. Like, at least John Cena, when he called his shot, he performed in the Royal Rumble. Then he performed in Elimination Chamber. And then he became the champion. like, nah, bro. Like, you the man, but back the fuck up.
Yeah, we got Dion, who mentions, I don't like Meltzer, but I think his reporting was what was planned at the time, but it was way too early and plans change, pal. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I take all of Meltzer's reports with a grain of salt, but one thing that Meltzer has been on the money with for the better part of a decade is WrestleMania plans before they happen. Like I've always had an inclination of what's going to be the WrestleMania main event months in advance because of Meltzer. Meltzer's reported it multiple different times what was going to happen at Mania months in advance. He did that last year with John Cena and Cody Rhodes. We knew by like October that was going to be the matchup at WrestleMania. We knew in September, October, Gunther was going to be the matchup against Cena in his final matchup because Meltzer reported it. Meltzer, like, no matter what you hear on social media from all the Meltzer haters, he does get those things right at least usually with WWE. He's usually on the money about, and yeah, that's the big one too, Dion. He was on the money about The Rock not showing up at WrestleMania. I remember that report came out, December? I think it was that was like after that report came after he did the at Bad Blood. Remember when he showed up at Bad Blood and he did the 1, 2, 3 and then the split to Cody and Roman, and everybody and their mama was like, oh, they're gonna do Rock, Roman and Cody, or they're gonna do Rock and Cody, or they're gonna do Roman and Rock finally. And Meltzer came out and was like, Rock's not working WrestleMania. And then he came back and Rock tried to fool everybody and be like, hey, see, I'm back. So you can't predict what I'm going to do. And he still didn't show up at WrestleMania.
It came for a hot shot emergency call for Elimination Chamber. It was nowhere to be seen since.
Yep.
Yo, really, has been nowhere to be seen since.
No, he hasn't. But I do think that Roman is definitely going to be like, there's two things that I'm pretty sure of for WrestleMania. Roman will be in one of the night's main event, and Roman wants to be in a championship matchup on that show. He already gave y'all 1 year where he wasn't the championship, but he was still the main event of night one. He's going to be in a championship matchup this year.
You know what? Be in that championship match. He should lose it.
I don't know about that.
I know. The only person that has that fucking claim over his head is Brock Lesnar.
I don't know about that shit.
Brock Lesnar twice. Brock Lesnar twice.
I don't know about that, Chief. I don't know about
that. That's, you know what? Let me get one of my wishes at least. Just show up to work.
Just come to work, please. That's all we ask. All right, let's talk about last night's Monday Night Raw, or yesterday afternoon for you in the States. What did you think about the crowd yesterday in Dusseldorf, Germany?
I thought it would have been better. Like, they were good. But I thought it would have been better. It was like a hot U.S. crowd.
That's fair.
Like they were decent, but you know, when you go overseas, like there's like almost like a different expectation from when you go across. Like Ireland next week is gonna be fuego. Like
especially with the matches, with the people that they got in big matches on next week's show. Yeah.
Like Ireland next week is gonna be fuego with the crowd. Let's just hope but you know, it's hard to really like expose how fire of a crowd you are when you're getting the product that you're getting week in and week out.
Also true.
They were it's like they were ready. They were definitely ready. But then you get what you get. And you just got to shut up and take it and like it, apparently.
And you're not getting like the big stars like you will in a few months. Like I think like we're like a month or so away from Monday Night Raw being stacked with the big stars showing up week after week. So yeah, I can understand that as well. But We did start off Monday Night Raw this week. First, you get Michael Cole said that there would be over 11,000 in attendance. The country is hosting Raw for the first time in almost 29 years. CM Punk, The Vision, Javon Evans, and El Grande Americano and his Los Americanos, AJ Styles and Gunther all arriving at the building are shown. And then we kick off the show proper with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, our new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. They're kicking things off in Germany. We get Rhea on the mic. She says to Delsa, she welcomes Dusseldorf to Monday Night Rio. She talked about their win against Asuka and Kairi Sane for the tag team titles last week. The crowd chants, "You deserve it." Io Sky then steals Asuka's line and states that no one is ready for Rio. Ripley was about to issue a challenge to the locker room when they were interrupted by Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez of the Judgment Day. Morgan sarcastically congratulated them before noting that she was a former tag team champion who never lost her title. Meanwhile, we get another interruption. It's a promo train, y'all, from Bayley Lyra Valkyria. Bayley pauses her promo so the fans could sing to us. Hey, Bayley. Ooh, ah, how low will you be my girl? Bayley can sometimes not be over in certain places, but never in Europe. Europe always loves Bayley. Bayley says that Liv may not have lost her title, but Perez did lose them. Plus, Bayley beat Perez a few weeks ago, so if anyone deserves a shot, it was her and Lyra. She just negated to bring up the fact that Liv beat Lyra last week because it's 50-50 booking, y'all. Io yelled at everyone in Japanese, said that she had this one before Rhea was about to say something, and she yells at everyone. Then we get the Kabuki Warriors. They come out, they pull the tag team champions from the ring, and they attack them, throwing them into the barricade. They then enter the ring and they start a huge brawl with Liv, Roxanne, Bayley, and Lyra. However, Rio is able to recover. They come back into the ring and they take out everyone. We get shotgun drop kicks from Io. We get big slams from Rhea as the tag team champions stand tall. But immediately following this, after this whole opening segment, Adam Pearce makes a match official for later on in the night. It will be the Kabuki Warriors versus the Judgment Day versus Bayley and Lyra in a triple threat #1 contenders matchup, with the winner facing Rio for the Women's Tag Team Championships in a week from this Saturday at Saturday night's main event in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. What did you think about this opening segment? For me, it was kind of just fine. It was a promo train. It sets up a match for later on in the night, which I should be more appreciative of because it's the only title match that will be made that required someone to win a goddamn match before getting it.
It happened. It was all right.
I mean, this whole segment just put a big spotlight on the fact that Raw and SmackDown, overall, the main roster, have done a good job as of late of putting stars and making some interesting teams in the tag team division to the detriment of every singles title on the main roster. Every singles title picture is worse off because they made the tag team division interesting.
I got nothing for you, bro. Like shit, we're back to the regularly scheduled programs without starting the show with wrestling. At least you got that. Like there's nothing to discuss about this promo. There's nothing to discuss about this. They got a match out of it. Sure. Okay. Move on. Like we're starting off. Just it ain't bad, but it ain't hot. It's we got the start of a show. It started.
Dude, this is the perfect description. It was a segment.
Yeah, that's what, like The fact that we're still talking about it is actually crazy.
Oh, but next segment, we go backstage to Jackie Redmond. She is interviewing AJ Styles, who will be in tonight's main event against the ring general Gunther. Styles learned early in his career that this business was about respect. Respect for the ring, your fellow wrestlers, and those who came before. He and John Cena weren't always on the same page, but they bonded over that word respect. Gunther disrespected Cena week after week, so Styles smacked him because Cena couldn't. Styles would teach Gunther about respect tonight, and Styles ended this promo. He says, in fact, I'm going to make you tap out like a little bitch. I like that this promo did foreshadow Styles' game plan for the main event, and so did Gunther's promo later on in the show. What did you think?
I thought it was good, but AJ, you're such a hypocrite, bro. You're a hypocrite. And I think I love me some AJ Styles more than most people would. I think anybody that. But dog, you made your WWE name by shitting on John Cena every week. By beat up John Cena.
Beat up John Cena.
And talking about how he can't wrestle. And you shitted on that man every week for a better part of like 2 years. But now you got respect for him? Oh, because he's the one because you're the one that he beat for number 16. So that's where the respect came in.
Respect now.
Got you. I got you. Don't act like we forgot, homie. Like, we love you, but we calling your shit when we see it.
Call a spade a spade.
Beat up John Cena. You ain't as good as you think you are. That was you. That was you.
It was only 10 years ago, wow. So after the number one contenders matchup is made official and announced, we get Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. They come backstage to the Judgment Day clubhouse and they approach Finn Balor, who is up here just playing WWE 2K. Liv asks him, did you see what we did out there? And Finn was like, no, I've been playing this game. Morgan wondered what he was doing, and she didn't mean the game. She said he claimed he wanted to bring gold to the Judgment Day, but wondered if that was all talk. Judgment Day didn't wait around for things to happen. Her and Liv went out there and got what they wanted. Raquel Rodriguez didn't wait for her title shot, and neither did they. It was time to stop playing games. She leaves out, and Roxanne agrees with Liv and says Liv was right. He was like, what are you doing here? And when the ladies leave, Finn looks off into the distance at the two ladies and says, just you wait. And at that point, I was like, oh, he's going to come out and call out CM Punk. It was quite obvious what was going to happen after this segment here, because there's only one other singles title that it's able for him to challenge for. But as soon as this segment happened and I knew what was going to happen, I was like, okay, let me look this up. And I looked up, when was the last time Finn Balor won a singles match on Monday Night Raw, Top Guy JJ? September 1st, 2025.
2025?
Yes.
Wait.
Almost 5 months ago.
because he went on that little hot winning streak.
No, he didn't. He won one singles matchup, and before
as a
that,
tag team, and then he got one W.
Yeah.
But I thought you was gonna say a lot longer than 2025.
Oh, no. It gets worse, because before that win in September of 2025, his last win was in July of 2024 against guess who? The same person he beat on September 1st, 2025, Dragon Lee. He has only beaten one person in 2 years in singles matches.
I mean, that's when Josh is right about somebody, he's right about somebody. He's called the man a bum for about 2 years now. And it's because he's on a 1-win average per year in singles matches. Bro, I thought, damn, but I'm gonna say it. I'm a like no cap. That might have been some of Liv's best like wordplay since not only since returning, but that shit was good. Like that shit was good. Like that was some Captain, what the fuck are you actually doing? like you are the only active man in this team, and all of us ladies went out there and we taken ours, and you out here playing pretend beat up Cody Rhodes on a video game on the couch.
Yeah, couldn't even beat him in the game.
Like, get up, get the fuck up. Like that was like that auntie or big sister. Like, get the fuck up, go get a job. Get the fuck up off your ass. I'm not gonna sit here and fight and then come home and then just see you laid up on a couch playing a video game. Get your fucking ass up. And little sis is like, she's right. What the hell are you gonna actually do?
She's right. You're kind of a scrub.
Yeah, like you're like the stereotype, dude.
He is basically.
I thought that was good. I thought that was good.
He's basically the 50 Cent wankster line. In high school, you was the man, homie. What the fuck happened to you? In New Japan, you was the man, homie. What the fuck happened to you? In NXT, you was the man, homie. What the fuck happened to you?
Oh, yeah, and at the same time, like I felt, I felt Liv being upset because she's like, motherfucker, you didn't even see what we just did. You didn't even pay attention. You out here fighting a fucking 3D model of Cody Rhodes as yourself?
Can't even win. He can't even win that.
Yo, that is like that entitled boy that is sitting on a guaranteed pension when he hits a certain age. And he's like, I'll just say here, once I turn 18, I'm rich, bitch. I don't care. Like you the one that gotta work. You ain't my sister. My mama got me.
I get all that. I got no semblance.
That yeah. He deserved every minute of that shit.
Poor Finn. Poor guy.
Come on. You'll see.
He's like, just you wait. Right. I got something for you.
Like, if it wasn't for Liv, I wouldn't have believed a fucking word he said. Like, you gonna have that fucking reminiscent of your fucking life and career in NXT when you out in Orlando, but when you across the fucking country, near where you are, near your fucking home, near your home country, this is what you do. You playing video games. No wonder you haven't been a fucking champion in 10 years.
And he said all that shit, 2 weeks ago, that he's going to bring gold to the Judgment Day, and you're not doing shit. You haven't even won a match yet.
He hasn't even had a match.
More on that in a bit. But
what?
Our opening matchup was Javon Evans going one-on-one with Bravo Americano with El Grande and RHIYO in his corner. El Grande attacked Evans after RHIYO distracted him. Evans, though, was able to fight back. I don't know. I don't like the fact that Tyler Bate is a really good wrestler who is great at power moves and European strong, British strong style and technical wrestling, and they want him to be a luchador. Those are two different things. Everything that I described about Tyler Bate is not lucha libre.
Yeah, and this is already this picture right here with the three of them. This isn't this was the best part of the match because
yes, because this was Tyler Bate being Tyler Bate.
Yup, this was him letting motherfuckers know who he was.
Exactly. Even Michael Cole had to do the reference of, oh, this I haven't seen this since. Oh, never mind. Bravo.
And he got a B on his fucking head and his tights, throwing symbols out there.
Bravo responded with the airplane spin, which Cole noted was familiar. Bravo goes to the top rope, but Evans catches him up top, and he hits an avalanche Spanish fly that looked great. And then he follows up with the OG cutter, this double jump cutter for the 1-2-3 to pick up a victory here. This was fine. It only got 6 minutes, just over 6 minutes, so not a lot of time given to this one, but Evans looked good with the Spanish fly and the OG cutter at the end. Post-match, El Grande Americano attacks Evans after the match, and he chucks him over the announce table. Evans actually reemerges on top of the barricade. They try to swarm him, but he just leaps over the desk, and then he escapes through the ring, up the aisle. That did not look good. I was like, why are we even doing this? This is the same shit you did when he beat RHIYO like a month ago. So why are you just repeating the same shit he's done previously? So I didn't like that. But later on in the show, we did hear from Javon Evans, and Javon Evans might be one of my favorite promos now on the main roster because he is such a YN. Every promo he does is so YN coded, it's not even funny. He says, he starts off the promo, he's like, oh, I'm lit. I'm sorry, I'm lit. He's like, he's happy to pick up his first win as an official member of the Raw roster and was excited to be in Europe for the very first time. He's like, it's crazy, yo. He said he came out as being genuinely excited and let everyone know that he will not let them down. He is such a likable personality. It's just a shame that everything about his booking so far on the main roster makes him feel like the replacement for Ricochet.
I can't wait to see something of substance happen with Javon Evans. I was mad at this whole match. Just heads up. I hated this match. I didn't like this match. And not because it wasn't like good or anything, or not because it wasn't great spots. Like, this motherfucker jumped all the way to the top rope with one leap. Straight to the top. He didn't need the second rope. That motherfucker took one jump and was do you know how high that is? Like this motherfucker's vert is insane. But I'm going to tell you why I couldn't stand this match. Do you know how fucking much of a banger this would have been if this would have been Javon Evans versus Tyler Bate?
Yes.
Like, it's like they fucking blue-balled every fucking fan in Germany and every fan on Netflix and said, here you go. Here's what you're not going to get. Tyler Bate and Javon Evans would slap. But then we get what the fuck we got. That's why I couldn't stand this match.
That's fair. That is fair. Yeah, and it's a shame that they just keep Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne under these masks. Like, no one wants this. Like yes, you were able to find some magic with Ludwig Kaiser, and it took a while for Ludwig Kaiser to get comfortable with being El Grande Americano. But once you sent him over to Mexico, he kind of has excelled in the role, especially in Lucha Libre AAA. But this is not working for Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. You were basically handicapping them as performers here.
I knew somebody wasn't going to get my reference of what I said. But to not give the German crowd Tyler Bate for that night, and you give him in a fucking goofy mask and some stupid fake luchador outfit, that you know he's going to job to this man. Like the strong boy, they could have had a 15-minute banger.
Yeah.
And Javon could have still won. But goddamn, that could have been match of the night.
Yeah, this didn't even get any time. It was like less than 6.5 minutes. Like, yeah, we got Dion who says, this is my weekly plea to Triple H to put these guys back in their old gimmicks and in a faction with Gunther, New Imperium. It's not going to happen. Sorry, it's not going to happen. We got people comparing Javon to young Kofi Kingston, says Annika. No, because I don't think Kofi, maybe in the ring wise, yeah, but Kofi, they were getting over the character. There is no real character to get over here with Javon. He's just a very likable, kind of authentic YN. Like that's who he is in real life. There's no character there. That's why I said it's Ricochet. Ricochet was just, hey, this guy is really athletic and he was likable at that time before he became a dick on AEW television, which he's great at.
Yeah.
But
Javon has charisma without acting.
Yeah.
Ricochet does not.
Yeah. That's also true. That's also true.
It's basically, that's what you got. Like, at least Javon, he's just got a natural energy. He's got like a YN gift of gab, a YN version of the gift of gab. Like if you're a folk, or if you're old folk, or if you're an elder, or you an OG, you might be like, the fuck is he talking about? Yeah. But we were at that stage where the older folks, when we were younger, like, what the fuck are these little cats talking about?
Exactly. Dion saying, to me, he's a younger Montez Ford, and we see how they did him. No, you don't even have to go that far. You see how they did Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate signed with this company when he was 19 fucking years old. This man's in his late 20s now. They wasted his entire 20s with him doing bullshit, with him doing NXT UK, which only goal was to basically bastardize the European independent scene, and WWE never really cared about it all that much. And then he came to the main roster. I think, like, what, 3-4 years ago? And he's done jack and shit. They have wasted his entire 20s doing nothing. So, like, I hope that Tyler Bate told his ass afterwards, like, Javon, just make a name for yourself, but you should probably explore different opportunities when your contract is up.
It's actually it's quite annoying to see, man. It's quite annoying. We had the big strong boy in disguise yesterday. He was in clear disguise, but he did that airplane spin to let the world know that that's who he is. Like, Pete Dunne he didn't do any signature stuff to kind of like hint that that's who he is. He's kind of, for whatever reason, bought into it because I guess he's just a really good worker. Pete Dunne probably feels exactly what SP just said. Like, you done blew my whole prime. Like, he's still in his prime, but you blew his entire prime.
He signed in 2017. 2017.
Show for it. He has nothing to show for it. Like, all he has is literally a few NXT moments. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
Hey, I think it's mostly with Pete Dunne. I think he succumbed to the fact that he's thinking about life after the ring. He's already started being a producer for AAA. Pete Dunne. So I think he's succumbed to the fact that his in-ring time, they've already wasted my prime, so I'm just gonna do whatever they ask me. Remember, to be fair, RHIYO Americano is definitely an upgrade from Butch.
you know what? I'm not going down that rabbit hole. I disagree. Wholeheartedly, I disagree. But I'm not going down a rabbit hole to say which pile of shit is better. Like,
I think this one smells
like,
less bad.
Shit is better. Like that diarrhea or the thick shit you can easily pick up. Like both, he's been given shit, multiple plates of shit. I ain't deciding which one is better. Hopefully Pete Dunne is just getting paid well. Like that's all. I just hope he's getting a bag because he is way too good for this. Like they're both way too good for this.
Yeah.
Both of them. But Pete Dunne especially. Like Pete Dunne was one of the longest reigning UK champions. He was an NXT champion, wasn't he? He was an NXT champion.
Nah, he was an NXT tag team champion.
Tag team champion, but he was one of the longest reigning NXT UK champions.
Second longest behind Gunther.
Yeah, he finally lost the title to Gunther the matches they had over there were fucking better than most of the main roster matches. And it's like you'll struggle to find it. You'll struggle to find it because it's buried so deep in their fucking archives that you really gotta fucking do your due diligence to find these matches because they don't highlight them, they don't prime them, they don't elevate them because they don't care about them people because they're not their Roman Reigns or CM Punk or Seth Rollins or Drew McIntyre or Cody Rhodes or John Cena. Like they're being so wasted. It's such a shame.
Yeah, Eagleization saying the pandemic killed NXT UK. I heard that NXT Europe is in the works also. That's been in the works for 4 years now. That's been in the works since they shut down NXT UK in 2022. It is now 2026. Let's give up with that. Let's give up hope on that. Like it's not in the works. It was just something to say after they shut down NXT UK out of nowhere. Chuck Berry's announcing, oh shit, Mike Tomlin, the head coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers, he has stepped down as the head coach. Finally.
Yeah, I literally just got the alert of it too, that he stepped down as head coach. I mean, it's about time to be great somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like they never worked on giving that man enough to actually be a viable contender in a fucking conference where you got Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, fucking CJ Stroud, like all of these fucking people, like they never gave that man enough. They thought giving him an old ass Aaron Rodgers and one wide receiver was like, yeah, go make that work. Go make that work. Like, yeah. Go where they will bless you with assets that you can actually show your fucking greatness.
Yeah, he can have any job he wants in the league with what he was able to do with the.
They fuck around and fire coach. They fire their coach to get Mike Tomlin. He'll take his time with where he wants to go, whether it's TV or another coaching job.
And it's the fact that he stepped down. It's not a firing. So he stepped down like so he can get any job he wants. Basically,
is so made he can do whatever the fuck he wants. Yeah. Arguably the most respected coach in the league.
Agreed. We go backstage and Adam Pearce is talking to a referee about having things in order tonight. When Paul Heyman approaches him backstage, Pearce told Heyman that if Bron Breakker plans to arrive with bad intentions, he should turn around and go home. Pearce wasn't in the mood and would not tolerate it. Heyman said he would relay the message, and he says that with as much sincerity as he possibly can, with a big smile on his face. He says, if Bron Breakker shows up tonight, and walks away. Foreshadowing. Dun, dun, dun. Then we get the biggest waste of time on this entire show. During the commercial break, Jey Uso comes out. He comes out, his music plays, he goes 10 steps down in the crowd. He says he pretty much cuts the same promo him and Jimmy cut last week. He says he's sending a warning to the Raw locker room. No. First, let me break this down. He comes out with the music. They doing the yeeting and everything. He goes 10 steps down. The music stops, and then he runs it back. They do the yeet for 10 seconds. Then he gets on the mic and cuts the same promo from last week, saying a warning shot to the Raw locker room. Then he proceeds to have his music play again, and he does the yeet bit. Then he walks up the stairs, and he says, "This is a warning shot." Pow! And that's it.
So, that man's become a side act.
This dude is this circus clown. Like, let's go out here and see what Jay's gonna do. That's outrageous.
Turn that nigga into the halftime entertainment.
Royal Rumble winner Jey Uso.
Oh shit! WrestleMania championship match winner. And that nigga's relegated
made Gunther tap out.
Ad break fucking entertainment. That nigga is Phoenix the Gorilla.
Yo, that was wild. Like, I was like, did they really just do this?
Yo, why? Yo, why does Paul hate minorities so much?
Oh man!
Yo,
oh no, they are so doing this, Dion. He says, I heard on another podcast predicted that there is going to be a spot in the Rumble where everyone is down and Jay runs it back and yeets. I could totally see that happening. Disgusting. I've said this before. I said this after the men's War Games. I was like, they're going to do this spot again in the Raw Rumble. I feel like that's less offensive than doing it in a men's War Games, but I'm just like, it's embarrassing that he won the Raw Rumble last year and that he beat Gunther and tapped him out. And now he's just the sideshow act.
They might as well just make the nigga a
DJ. Dude. And this is objectively, I think, not the worst thing he did last night. I think the first challengers was worse. We'll get into that. We'll get into that.
Sadly.
Because we have another challenger who didn't earn an opportunity that's about to be set up here, because we have CM Punk coming out, who comes out to a big ovation from the Dusseldorf crowd. Punk enters and he gets on the mic and he says he would never grow tired of being their world champion. He planned on being champion forever, but he knew that they were on the road to WrestleMania and anything can happen. Just ask his friend Cody Rhodes. But with the fans behind him, Punk felt like he can do the impossible. Before WrestleMania, there was the Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber, 2 opportunities for guys to call their shot against him. And the road to WrestleMania, he says that it would go through him. He survived a battle with Bron Breakker last week, so he and the Vision are in his rearview mirror. With the fan support, he looked forward to finding out who his next challenger would be. Punk thanked the fans and was about to leave when the music of Finn Balor hit. And I literally messaged the True Hill Heat chat before this happened. I was like, we're probably getting Finn and Punk at the Rumble. I thought the Rumble, this was going to set up the Rumble. No, this is not what is going to happen here.
You go way too high of Finn Balor, bro.
I just know they never care that much about Royal Rumble challengers, but they made this even worse. Balor says that he wasn't waiting for the Royal Rumble or Elimination Chamber. Balor didn't want any handouts. What? But did recall CM Punk mentioning his name as a potential challenger after he won the title. My nigga, that was 2 months ago.
I'm about to say, how long ago did he win this belt?
Punk said he did mention Balor's name among a long list of talented wrestlers. but he wondered where Balor's ambition was because that was months ago. Thank you, Punk. Punk saw Balor playing video games backstage and was preoccupied with helping Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough. Punk wondered if Balor was too busy shining Liv Morgan's shoes. Punk asked if he would be facing Finn Balor, the Prince, or would he be facing Finn Balor and the Judgment Day? Punk already dealt with the numbers game successfully over Breakker and the Vision, and he didn't have time for that again. Punk acknowledged that he was a fan of Finn Balor. He also wanted to be a fighting champion. So he says that he will go back there, he will talk to Adam Pearce, he will put his boots on, and they can do this tonight. The crowd cheered and chanted CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk, but Balor just smiled. Balor just smiled, and when Punk accepted, he says that timing was everything. Balor wasn't just jumping into anything with Punk. Anyone who watched Balor's career knew that the line started with him. Punk didn't have to worry about Dom or JD but he wouldn't be alone, he says. Balor previously watched as CM Punk repeatedly utilize home field advantage in Chicago. But he says, look at your calendar. Next week, they were in Belfast, Ireland. And he says that they would wrestle for the title next week, and there would be a new Irish-born world champion. Punk accepted, and he apologized to the fans in Dusseldorf because they wouldn't get to see him work tonight. But he also wanted to send an apology to the fans in Belfast because they'd have to watch their countryman go to sleep after a GTS. Punk drops the mic. He goes celebrate with the fans at ringside, and the match is set. It will be for the first time ever. CM Punk versus Finn Balor for the World Heavyweight Championship next Monday in Belfast, Ireland. This was fine for what it was. It just irritates me that WWE has no type of foresight. Like, you couldn't have him win a match in 2.5 months. It's been 2.5 months since Punk mentioned him in that promo after he won the World Heavyweight Championship on the November 1st Saturday Night's main event. You're telling me Balor couldn't win a singles match in 10 fucking weeks to set this up? You knew you were going to Belfast, Ireland for at least 5 months now.
Then you're going to tell Punk to go look at your calendar.
What did you think of this?
I agree with every word CM Punk said, which is a rare occasion, and not a single word of what Finn Balor said. Like, this man just had a hell of a match with Bron Breakker 1 week ago and offered to give you a match tonight. And you like, nah?
Nah, I'm good. I'll give you 1 week's rest,
like,
and I'll do it in my home.
What? Like, this nigga has as much championship defenses as you have singles victories over the last year. And you over here trying to dictate time? Yo, what booking are we thinking about? Like, they're not thinking at all. Like, there's legit no logic with any of this. Like, this nigga he had a plan to do this the whole time, but doesn't he doesn't enlighten or he doesn't inform his Judgment Day mates.
Nope.
He doesn't talk about what his plans are at all leading up to this. This shit gets hot-shotted within an hour of 2 women in the group putting him in his place for sitting on the couch playing a video game. That's the definition of hotshot booking. God, yo. Like, why are they so annoying? Like, dude. Like, and you know, say whatever y'all want. I wouldn't even trust Finn Balor if he was in another company at this point.
Yeah, at this point,
I wouldn't trust him if, like, I wouldn't be like, oh, he would thrive in AEW, or he like, I don't believe any of that anymore.
I think he's complacent because he re-signed with this company. He re-up, what was a year and a half ago? He re-up with WWE, so I think that he's happy where he is.
Like,
he's happy to be booked like this.
Do we not see his attitude? Do we not see his energy? Do we not see his lame ass entrance music? Do we not see his desire to get back into any ring? Like he is so fucking comfortable. And all of this nostalgia that we hold on to with the Prince and Prince Devitt and the demon from NXT, the guy that held that brand for a couple years. Dude, this was 2014, 15, 16, and this ain't not 2026. Those days are long fucking gone. Those days are long fucking gone. It's been more than 10 years. We need to accept it, and we need to let it go that this motherfucker's just gonna live in mediocrity.
And he's fine. If he's fine with that, we should be fine with that too.
Facts. Like, I'm not going to, like, we've been fighting this battle for almost a decade. I'm not going to sit there and keep going to bat, keep hoping, keep like, oh, he deserves, nah, it's been more than 10 fucking years. 10 years. Like, nah, I'm good, homie. I'm good.
Yeah. If he don't care, why should we? Why should we? He is the man that started the Bullet Club, but it just feels like that guy isn't really here anymore.
That motherfucker's dead.
He's not really here anymore. He's not available.
2013?
Yep.
That's dead. That man is dead. That passion is cooked. That shit cooked.
And we got Philly Steph was saying he needs the demon. We've seen the demon lose. We've seen the demon. The demon lost to Roman. It lost to the Edge in Hell in a Cell. And ever since it lost to Edge in Hell in a Cell, we haven't seen him since.
So God took away all of the demon's aura. just call it like you see it. When that motherfucking top rope snapped, the demon died with the demon died that night.
Yeah.
And then the demon, he didn't? Demon didn't die that night? The same demon lost to Edge in Hell in a Cell when Edge's cranium, was it Edge's cranium or was it Demon's cranium? One of their craniums got split open.
Yeah. It was his head that got split open, and then they had to bandage it up and say pause in a Hell in a Cell match
going, and he still lost. They doubled down on his death. They took the casket out the grave to have that match with Edge and cremated him. Yeah, gotta stop with this belief. You gotta stop with it. Like, I know look, no one, I don't ever say this out of like not love, but we gotta stop holding on to this shit. Like,
no, let me just say, there is a chance that he can be revived, because To a lot. I was one of the guys that was on here, and I was like a couple, like 2-3 years ago, I was like, maybe AJ Styles was done having great matches, and then he shut me the fuck up with the series of matches he had with Cody Rhodes in 2024, and then he went over to Japan and had a banger with Naramichi Marufuji. And then he's been really one of like the top 10, top 15 guys on the WWE roster, top 15 performers on the WWE roster between the men's and women's division for the last 2 years since then. So there is a slither of a chance that they can revive Finn Balor, but they have never shown that they fuck with Finn Balor even remotely to the extent that they fuck with AJ Styles.
And this ain't to like debate or to go at anybody that has that belief, but booking has given us evidence for over 10 years that they don't care. So they give you the same shit over and over and over and over and over again. They don't care.
Yeah.
They do not care. Like, hell yeah, I would love to see Finn Balor in a prime. Like, dude, that's what we talked about. I think it was during True Hill Heat or during an episode of here, is all I ask for is character and wrestler rotation in prime spots.
Yeah.
To see what works, to see what's hot, to give other stars a chance. But they don't have that belief. They always have the formula of relying on the same ass 5 to 6 guys year in, year out, all the fucking time, no matter the brand, no matter the circumstance. They always do callbacks. They always bring bringbacks. They always have the fucking guys that's on vacation that decides to come back and get put in these prime positions for WrestleMania season. Then all these motherfuckers go away, and then they rely on the 2 guys that's left.
Yeah. They do. That's what they do. They have their certain set, and it's all bookers. All bookers have the certain section of guys that they rely upon, that they'll always call on. Like even with Tony Khan in AEW, he will always rely and call on MJF, Jon Moxley, Swerve Strickland. Those are 3 guys he's always going to count on. And then in the women's division, it's Timeless Toni Storm and Mercedes Moné. And it's very rare that someone will break into that top 5 or break in and stretch it out to maybe a top 6, top 7, even in AEW. New Japan Pro Wrestling, for the longest time, for over a decade, it was Kazuchika Okada, it was Tetsuya Naito, and it was Hiroshi Tanahashi. And then they had the Gaijins that would step up and get into a prime position, whether it was the AJ Styles era, whether it was Kenny Omega, whether it was Will Ospreay, whether it was Jay White. But it was always those 3 at the top. It was Naito, Tanahashi, Okada. And with WWE, it's Cody, it's Roman, it's Seth, and now Punk has been back, and he's found his way into that upper echelon. And they don't kind of stretch it out farther than that. Those are the guys that are getting prime position that will always be pushed. In the women's division, it's your Rhea Ripley's. Sometimes it's Charlotte Flair. Nowadays, it's Io Sky. But yeah, this is how every booker is. And with Vince, he had his guys. It was Roman, it was Seth, it was Brock. Those were the guys for him for the longest time. And Cena, yeah, those were the guys for like 20 years.
And Randy Orton here and there.
Yeah, Orton was in there too. Yeah, but that's just every booker. Every booker has those guys.
I think Vince had more guys than Triple H has guys. Like, and that's fucked up because Paul has more talent than Vince had. But Paul has less people. That's his guys. Like that's just weird. Like back in the day, they might have barely had enough talent to run 2-night WrestleManias, but it wouldn't have been the amount of talent that they have now to run 2-night WrestleManias. You got enough talent to run 2-night WrestleManias, and you only rely on 5-6 people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Gunther's in there. He's in there for Triple H. Gunther is a guy that he relies
working
on.
To get there.
Yeah, he's
almost there.
He's almost like solidified his spot.
He's
there.
almost there. He's almost working his way into that dependable circle.
Yeah.
And if you're not in that circle, you're just going to be shuffled. You're going to be thrown in random things to fill in home cities, home crowds, offshoot pay-per-views, offshoot Saturday night's main events, and you're never going to be in a prime position.
We got a super chat donation from Dion. Thank you so much, Dion, for the support, good sir. He says, when is the last time Raw and SmackDown were both good? 2016? No, I would say the summer of 2023.
Yeah, 2023, WWE was smoking.
The
Like,
summer, the summer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say specifically the summer of 2023 because you had on SmackDown the whole Bloodline was kind of at its apex where they did the whole Bloodline Civil War with the Usos, with Jimmy first turning, and then Jey was in the middle of things, and then Jey and Jimmy went against Roman and Solo, and then they did the big tag team matchup at Money in the Bank, and then the build up to SummerSlam 2003, and then over on Raw they had gotten into this great kind of formula of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, some combination of Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, and Cody versus the Judgment Day. That was kind of what they would shuffle in and out. And there was so many great tag team matches that were happening at that time and multi-man matches at the top of the card that it drove everything. You had Rhea Ripley in the women's division. You had Becky Lynch. You had the Damage Control at that time as well. They were doing good stuff. So like, that's probably like the last time that both Raw and SmackDown were good and entertaining.
Yeah. So like, so we're not afraid to say they have peak times. They have peak times. But the rotation didn't grow. The rotation of dependable champions did not grow. They just booked shows better. So we had more positive substance to talk about. But we're trying to dig for something other than the main guys that they're pushing on us, and it just ain't happening. It just ain't like they're slow burning the fuck out of the most obvious superstar that they have, and that's Bron Breakker.
It was like they strapped a rocket to his back in October and then didn't give him fuel.
Yeah, and they broke the remote and didn't. It's like they broke the remote, didn't send it off.
Like Paul Heyman's trying to press the button so he can launch up, and he's like, "Shit ain't working. Like, what's going on?"
It's like essentially they did. So we'll see what happens with Jacob Fatu, because Jacob Fatu is supposed to be another one of those rotational guys that should be in a main prominent position. Oba Femi, when he comes, he better be in a position like that. The only thing Oba just got to work on his stamina a little bit, because if he's going to be in main event matches, his matches are going to be longer than what they were in NXT. So that's the only thing.
Yeah, that's the only thing they got to kind of work on with
that's the only
Oba.
That's the only thing that I would say about Oba, is that I think, because he was looking a little gassed in some of his NXT matches when they went longer than 10 minutes. So once he gets beyond that plateau, and if he headlines a PLE, those are usually 20 to 30 minute matches. He's going to have the endurance to actually still be like a believable character that can still pull off those great feats he can do in those first 10 minutes.
We shall see with Oba. We did get a video package for Gunther and AJ Styles at this point of the show, and then that segued into the aforementioned triple threat match to determine the number one contenders for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. You got the Kabuki Warriors, Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, and the Judgment Day's Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. The teams brawled outside until Zayn wiped out everyone with an insane elbow off the top rope to the floor. The two heel teams took turns on offense during a break until Valkyria made a hot tag. Lyra was so good in this matchup. She came in and she was going off. Her comeback was so good and so smooth the way she moves around the ring. Valkyria gave Perez an enziguri and got a near fall. Bayley hit Asuka with a back suplex, preventing Asuka from going after Lyra from behind. Everyone minus Asuka then did a big stack up powerbomb superplex spot, the Tower of Doom, with Sane getting the worst of it with a double superplex off the top. Asuka wasn't pleased, so she hit Roxanne with a German suplex before hitting Bayley and Lyra simultaneously with a double German suplex. I was like, Bayley, you can't be this dumb. Let go of Lyra. Asuka then held down Lyra so Sane could hit an insane elbow, but the referee did not count since Sane was not the legal person. This wasn't the plan because everyone stopped for a moment. It just looked like everybody had a malfunction of the brain. Morgan still flew in to break up the cover that wasn't being counted. Bayley could clearly be seen talking to Asuka and the referee as they reset. Everyone traded moves until Lyra caught Kyrie as she attempted a flying crossbody. Lyra then hit a backbreaker, and then Bayley followed with the flying elbow drop. Asuka broke up that cover, and then Perez hits Bayley with the pop rocks, but Kyrie broke up that cover. Sane chucked Perez from the ring, but then Liv Morgan flew in, and she hits Kyrie with the Oblivion, and she gets the 1-2-3. Morgan and Perez now move on. They will challenge RHIYO for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships coming up on January 24th in Montreal at Saturday night's main event. This was a fun matchup. It got 13 minutes, so got plenty of time. It started off a bit clunky early on, but they got it together, especially after the ad break, and it turned out to be like a fun final stretch of the matchup. So good overall for me. What did you think?
I thought this match was fun. I thought this was one of those all over the place women's matches that kind of had breakneck moments, which was pretty dope. It's a TV match, so you got to temper your expectations, of course. But the fact that Liv Morgan wrestled this match in panties is crazy. Dog, she literally did this match in lingerie, bro. I'm like, God damn, this chick is a thirst trap, bro. I'm like, there's no, when she came, I was like, there's no way she's doing a whole match like this. And sure enough,
she did
the whole match with literally a fucking cover up and bra and panties. I was like, this fucking girl, bro. She's begging for wardrobe malfunctions. like Jesus Christ, bro. Have you not watched Tiffany in her attire on every week on SmackDown, pretty much? Yeah, she know what she doing. She getting them ratings.
She is. She definitely is. All right, this is the time where I'm going to be annoyed, ladies and gentlemen. Fair warning. Next, we get the man, Becky Lynch.
The vignette, yes.
Becky Lynch cuts a pre-tape promo, says she wasn't happy that mediocre Maxxine Dupri was getting another rematch. I was like, what? What did she just say? She said, while it took her almost 2 months to get hers, Maxxine gets it next week. Oh my fucking God. I almost threw something at the TV. She claimed corruption from power hungry Pearce and was confident. But she was confident that she would retain the title next week as they will be in her home country of Ireland in Belfast. She told Dupri that she is going up once again against the greatest women's wrestler of all time. And it's not just me saying it. Sports Illustrated says it. Bleacher Report says it. And this title says it. She told Dupri she would have to say goodbye to the big time. Then we get Jackie Redmond She's backstage with Maxxine with Alpha Academy. Dupri was disappointed. She lost the title last week, but she proved to everyone that she belonged. Really? She turned to Otis and Akira Tozawa and said she became champion because she believed in herself and wanted to see the same from them because they were capable of great things. Dupri then turned her attention to Lynch, who had to cheat to beat her. Dupri fired up and said that she would break Lynch's ankle with her tough girl voice.
Ankle!
Next week on Monday Night Raw from Belfast, Ireland, Becky Lynch will defend the Women's Intercontinental Championship against Maxxine Dupri in their fucking 6 match against each other. Holy shit. 6 matches since August. 6 matches. 6. Yo, Triple H. Like, I understand I've done some bad things. Like, I've said some bad things about you. And this dates back to before I was doing podcasts, before I was a writer. I've said some really bad things about you, and I hated you during the Reign of Terror. And I actually, that's the only time that I stopped watching pro wrestling. I stopped watching the WWE back in like 2003, 2004, when the Reign of Terror just became too much and just made me want to stop watching wrestling completely. You made that possible. So I've hated you for a very long time. I've hated you for the better part of, I was going to say 26 years, but it's probably longer than that because you've been around a while. I understand I've said a lot of bad things since I became a podcaster, and especially over the last year when you did all this stuff, but you didn't have to take it so personally. You didn't have to do this to me. Like, why do you hate me so much? 6 fucking matches. What are we trying to accomplish here? What are we trying to accomplish with 6 Maxxine Dupri versus Becky Lynch matches? 6. That is the same. That's the number of that's a number of letters in the 3 names of Ronald Reagan. That 666 is the devil's number as well. 6. Triple H. 6. JJ, what's your thoughts on Maxxine Dupri versus Becky Lynch? 6.
At least they don't equally hate. At least it seems like they just equally hate anybody that's good. So, in a cruel, nasty way, I kind of felt like I got company now. Like, he just hates good people. He just hates good people. Like, yo, you have a WrestleMania main event potential with the 2 women that we are literally on the verge of crashing out over. But you're giving one main eventer someone that can't wrestle. And then you're giving another main eventer the same person over and over and over and over again. The only person that she's defended her championship against other than one other person. And mind you, your pain is already starting and she's only been champion again for a week. My girl's been champion 4 or 5 months, bruh. 4 or 5 months. And it's like the only person that Becky seems to kind of go back and forth with on a consistent basis is Maxxine Dupri. Yo, you would think they don't have a roster.
Yo,
these niggas don't have a roster.
No, like I said this earlier on In the Weeds. I saw somebody say some stupid shit online. They were like, "Oh, one thing I'll give to Triple H is he's made the tag team division better." And I was like, and that only took him 4 tries in 3 years, and he had to fucking pilgrimage. He had to freaking perish every single woman's singles title scene on both shows. The women's U.S. championship has been hot potato between Chelsea Green and Julia without one good match. Fucking the women's championship, Jade Cargill won it on November 1st and still hasn't defended it. You got Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria who worked their asses off in 2025 with Bayley as well to make the Intercontinental title scene interesting and something to value, where it felt like a 1B title in the women's division on Monday Night Raw. And then they just blew it off with six fucking Maxxine Dupri matches. And then the Women's World Championship, because that's the next segment. But oh my God, don't give Triple H credit for nothing. He don't deserve credit for making the tag team division interesting, because it came at the expense of every other title in the women's division.
They hate us. They hate us. Because not only, and I knew that they hate us, is because they did this shit back-to-back segments. That's how I know these niggas watch this show. And they hate us equally. You're not alone. You're not alone. You're not the only one that's in the mud. Because what you're about to go through next, I'm deeper in the mud. Because apparently they got my girl to buy into this shit. And on top of that, they made her stupid. Like, if you're done, you can now share your pain with me.
I will. I just want to highlight some of these comments here. We got Chuck Berries who says Triple H is the puppet master. SB3, he owns us all. Oh, hate this guy.
He wants to so bad.
I hate him so much. He hates me, so I might as well hate him back.
Pretty much.
Might as well hate him back.
Pretty much. That's the energy that we have to have, because he doesn't like us. He clearly doesn't like us, and he laughs in all of our faces, essentially. That's what it feels like when these decisions happen. And he literally does what SP mocks all the time. This is what we do.
Did you enjoy the show? All part of the show. So next we get Michael Cole. He's at the entranceway, and he's about to interview your favorite, Raquel Rodriguez.
Wow. Here we go.
He asks her, he says that he's known her all this time since she came to the Performance Center. And he says that he said he was surprised to see what she did last week. It's not like she's been a heel for 2 years. He asks her why she laid out Stephanie Vaquer last week. Rodriguez remembered when she was the girl who waited politely and patiently for her turn at the title. But things change and people change. She was cheated out of the world title week after week. She would not stop until she had Vaquer in the ring one-on-one. When big sexy Raquel Rodriguez stood tall as the new champion, then everyone could go ahead and feel sorry for Vaquer. The music of Stephanie Vaquer hits. She is still wearing the walking boot from last week as officials surround her and try to convince her to go backstage while she's injured. Rodriguez mockingly limps to the back, basically taunting her as Vaquer just stares a hole into her with officials standing in between them. Vaquer then looks into the camera and she says that this injury would not stop her. She held the title up, and in Spanish, she says, "Come get it." And then out of nowhere, Raquel Rodriguez comes back out and just attacks her.
It wasn't nowhere!
Because apparently
Stephanie, the entrance section.
Apparently Stephanie Vaquer is
out of nowhere.
Is dumb.
She was like 20 feet away.
Yeah, she could have seen her coming. Raquel's not that fast. She attacked her. Raquel slammed her walking boot down. Then she picked up the WWE Women's World Championship and she slammed the title belt onto Vaquer's walking boot as the crowd chanted, "You suck." Officials checked on Vaquer as Rodriguez raised the WWE Women's World Championship and stood tall. These officials look incompetent, and so does Stephanie Vaquer. The segment was basically the same as last week, except in the entranceway instead of the ring. What did you think, JJ?
They clearly hate us. So I've had to have a week to maintain and have a level of composure, because it's one thing to kind of think that something's over after you have a triple threat match with two women, and then you see one of these two women just come back into the picture, just like, they just come back. So I'm more prepared for the bullshit this time. I'm way more prepared for the bullshit. I now know that this is going to be extended. But come on, y'all doubling down and y'all making my girl stupid? Like, first you still come out limping. You still come out limping. Like, you can't do shit to Raquel. You can't do shit to her. She's already a mismatch for you. She's already too big. And now you can't even barely walk. And you didn't come out with some type of weapon. And then she calmly walks away, which means you did nothing to her. You didn't lay a finger on this girl, which means she is just as fresh as she was when she came out and cut her little. That promo, by God, was fucking terrible, by the way. But
it was so bland.
Like
I saw people online that was praising this promo. I was like, what did y'all watch that I didn't watch?
She relied on Cheap Heat the entire promo. Like, that's all she depended on. That entire promo was Cheap Heat. Like, but we already kind of expected that. We wasn't expecting much from the promo aspect. So after she walks away, you gonna go cut a promo into the camera? Like they escorted her out the building and talk about, this is not gonna stop me? Are you dumb?
Are you stupid or are you dumb?
She just left. She can run, you can't. All it takes her tall ass to do is make 4 strides and she's back in your grill. But you decide you want to talk to a camera, which is great to see a beautiful face, by the way, but I don't want you to be a dummy doing that. You could have done that in the locker room. You could have done that in the ring where you could see her coming.
That would have been nice.
But you stand there when she's 3 strides away from you. And then there's like 10 motherfucking people there, and not a soul could do anything to her, because God knows an aggressor is not supposed to get their hands laid on them because it's a lady. What the fuck are we talking about? All we're trying to do is restrain the girl. We're not trying to fight her. But no, she takes a title, becomes aggressive again, and swings the fucking title at people. That's grounds to get your ass restrained. So it's just becoming stupid now. On top of it being annoying as fuck. And mind you, these are the 2 championships on Raw, so God bless our souls. Our women's division is cooked on Raw. It's cooked on Raw. It's completely cooked on Raw. At least I ain't getting a Stephanie Raquel match next week, at least, so I could breathe easy on that. I'm probably going to get another segment of this stupidity next week. SP's got a whole nother match to deal with.
I review this show 3 times in a week, guys. 3 times in a week. I do it with Jeremy on In the Weeds. I do it with JJ here on Rated Raw Review. And then we also talk about it again on True Hill Heat. 3 times I have to talk about a Becky Lynch, Maxxine Dupri matchup. In the first 3 weeks of the new year, I have had to talk about it twice. 6 times. 6 times I'll have to talk about a Maxxine Dupri and Becky Lynch matchup. I've done this now. It's gonna be 6. Wait. If I times 3 times 6, I've had to talk about Maxxine Dupri versus Becky Lynch matches. It's gonna be 18 times by the end of next week. 18 times. 18.
Once is enough for me. 8, yeah, that. Yeah, your brain is just going to become numb.
Yeah. 18. Well, let's talk about some.
I love. Listen. I you know, when Chrissy comments, I gotta. All right. Who your favorites, boo? Who's it like? You got Jay White, you got Will Ospreay, you know, you got your handsome ones that you love, right? You're not gonna skip him because those are your favorites.
I think she's talking about me talking about Becky and Maxxine.
He's not gonna skip it. And my point is, even when you get your favorites, you're not skipping them because they're your favorites. But then again, they're going to keep feeding your favorites dog shit. It's going to make you mad.
Pissing me
so
off.
It's like every week, Will Ospreay and Switchblade Jay White kept getting matches with fucking Cheeseburger.
Imagine Jay White kept getting Billy Gunn in 2024 after that awful match they had. And he just had to keep facing Billy Gunn every single week. That is what Triple H is doing with my GOAT, Becky Lynch.
And then what if Switchblade Jay White gets stuck in a 6-month rivalry with Chris Jericho?
Basically what I've had to deal with.
We would get another Saturday rant on True Hill Heat that went like 6 minutes. So stop it. This shit is annoying, bro.
I love you and Power Drive Finisher were on the same.
Yo, I think you gotta feel the pain in order to know what it is, and you felt it because you went on a tirade about 3 shows before we even covered them.
Triggering, so triggering. All right, let's talk. They did show clips of Drew McIntyre's appearance as WWE champion in Glasgow, Scotland, and plugged his upcoming appearance on SmackDown. And then, if Finn Balor wasn't enough, Finn Balor, who hasn't won a singles matchup since September 1st, 2025, getting a world title shot, I have one better for you. Otis and Akira Tozawa step up as the first challengers for the World Tag Team Championships. Alpha Academy approached Jey Uso backstage. Otis asked Jey for a tag team title shot. Jey didn't seem to be taking it seriously, said that was a warning shot for the rest of the locker room. He's like, y'all my boys. I don't want to do y'all like that. But then Otis got in his face and Jey realized that he was serious. So he said that he would talk to Jimmy. However, he warned them they would be standing in the ring with the best tag team in the game. And Tozawa and Otis said yeet. So just to put this in perspective, ladies and gentlemen, the last time Otis and Akira Tozawa won a tag team matchup. Well, no, I'll first put this way. Otis and Akira Tozawa as the as tag team partners in Alpha Academy have won a total of 1 match as a tag team in 2-on-2 action. 1 on Monday Night Raw. They've won a few matches on Main Event. They most recently won on Main Event last night in Germany. They beat the Creed brothers on Main Event. in November 2025, they won a tag team match against the Creeds on Main Event as well. But as a tag team on Monday Night Raw, the last time Akira Tozawa and Otis won a tag team match was against the New Day in November of 2024. November of 2024. And that is their only win as a tag team on Monday Night Raw.
You know what? I already kind of figured what this was. This is the severance package.
That's fucked up.
This is the severance package. Because once all these motherfuckers get called up to the main roster, these niggas get packed up like vegetables, bro.
That's fucked up. I don't think you're wrong. You're wrong for that. You're not wrong, but you're wrong for that.
I was like, oh, now y'all want to be nice to them. You want to let them leave on a good note. I got you.
November of 2024.
Got it.
Crazy.
Yeah, got it. I was like, got it. Okay. I see what y'all doing. Y'all want to give them one last moment in front of the fans.
Before it's sayonara, folks. All right, let's talk about an actual good angle that they did on last night's show. Actual good story for the first time in 2 weeks. Bronson Reed and Austin Theory of the Vision with Paul Heyman and Logan Paul in their corner went up against the Lucha Cousins, Penta and Dragon Lee. Penta early on, he was all over Theory, but too much time posing, so Theory just dropped him with a big boot. Reed tagged in, but then Penta and Dragon Lee, they worked together to take him down. Dragon then hit a dropkick in the corner, but Reed emphatically kicked out at 1. Reed caught Dragon Lee on a flying crossbody and slammed him down. After Dragon spilled out to the floor, Reed, not the legal man, decked him right in front of the referee. The babyfaces are always stopped from getting involved, but the heels can just do shit like that. Dragon Lee hit Reed with the DDT after the break, and he makes the hot tag to Penta. Penta hits Theory with a backstabber for 2. Then Dragon and Penta handed out super kicks to everyone, including Logan Paul when he got on the apron. Dragon Lee then wiped out Logan and Theory with a flip dive to the outside. He is standing and he is posing outside the ring, and then out of nowhere, he gets speared out of his boots by that man, Bron Breakker. He runs down and spears Dragon Lee, laying him out. Penta then invited Braun into the ring. He done fucked up because Braun just gets into the ring and spears his ass as well. Braun then sees Dragon Lee basically staggering on the outside. So he's going out for his big running spear around the ring when the Raw general manager Adam Pearce comes out and suddenly gets in his face. As Pearce is admonishing Braun, we see in the background, this was very well shot, where you see Bronson Reed dragging Penta over to the corner, and he delivers a tsunami to Penta in the background. This was shot very well by the cameraman. Got to give him props. Pearce pops into the ring, and he gets in Reed's face this time, but then that just allows Braun to hit a big spear on Dragon Lee in the ring instead. Pearce then flung Braun around by his shoulder and told him that he was sick of this shit. But Braun wasn't having it. Braun went full Scott Steiner in 2000 and just lost it. He aggressively grabs Pearce by his collar. He then shoves him into the corner. Braun starts screaming at Pearce as the rest of the Vision have to physically remove him from the Raw general manager. Pearce is yelling at Heyman and the Vision to get Braun out of here. I thought that Logan Paul was really good in this segment. Logan Paul just gets in Pearce's face, and he's like, he's going to kill you. Will you stop? He's going to kill you. The match was a waste of time, but this post match, I thought this came off very well as a follow-up angle to get Braun some heat back and just making him feel like an unhinged animal who's just livid after losing to CM Punk last week. Then immediately after that, we see the medical staff checking on Penta and Dragon Lee, who are selling the big spears and the tsunami. Javon Evans approaches them in the locker room and told them to let him know if they needed anything. So it looks like Javon Evans is going to help out the Luchadors against the Vision. Then we see Pearce. He is still yelling at Bron Breakker, who's walking away from him backstage. He keeps screaming at him, and then eventually he gets in Bron's face, and he tells him that he is suspended indefinitely. Bron got in Pearce's face, but Bronson Reed was able to pull him away before Breakker basically got himself fired for just beating the crap out of Pearce. This led to Paul Heyman, who was left alone with Pearce, and he tells him that you just made a big mistake. That was a big mistake, he says. And Pearce thinks that he's talking about Braun, but no, Heyman says that I'm talking about you. He reminds Pearce that from his vantage point, he was the one that put his hands on Braun first. And I was like, thank you, facts. He asked for all of this. First, I was like, Pearce was kind of pussy for not suspending him right then and there after Braun bodied him into the corner. And then I was like, Heyman is 100% right. Pearce put his hands on Braun first. So everything that happened to Pearce, that was on him. That wasn't on Braun. Braun cannot be controlled. He's an unhinged animal. So he should have known better than not put his hands on that beast. This was a good angle and actually a story that makes me want to watch next week to see what happens next. So good job from everybody involved with the angle portion. The match, like I said, was a waste of time, but there's some interesting things going on with Javon working with the Luchas, and they're going to go against the Vision, it seems like. You got Breakker, who's now suspended, but now that suspended can be lifted because Pearce was the one who was in the wrong. Heyman is playing the master manipulator here. Logan Paul was actually good in this segment. So, yeah, I got to give them props for this one. What did you think?
Yeah. This was actually, the match pointless. The match literally meant nothing. But everything after the match was really cool. Seeing that the angle, haven't seen the angle in a while of him that sprint all the way down there. Yo, Dragon ate that shit.
The drone shot replay that they played was really good.
Dragon ate that shit. God damn. That was at top speed. That was at top speed. And yeah, then the angle shot was really good where Pearce is trying to get some form of control, and you just see in the background of him getting tsunami'd. Like, yeah, this is just showing a nutshell. And yeah, Pearce, swung him. Like, why are you touching this man? Like, this man could kill you. Which is actually something that Logan Paul, I was actually agreeing with what he's like, this, he'll kill you. Like, this man will kill you. Like, what you better back off. And Adam Pearce is only acting tough with power. He is not acting tough with any form of physicality. And it's like, yo, you if you want to show your power, just get like 50 security guards and get them escorted out of the building. But you trying to do it yourself, now you're trying to show yourself as an enforcer. Now you putting yourself in harm's way. And Paul Heyman, be professional. He was telling him in the ring, be professional. Be professional. And then Pearce is still chasing Bron Breakker in the back after it's all done. And then he gets in his mug again. Why you keep acting like you're going to fight this man? Like, you're not going to fight this man.
You're not tough, bro.
And then you're going to tell him how you suspended him. Like, did you not watch WWF in the 90s, bro? Don't lay a finger on them unless provoked.
Yeah.
Unless provoked. Bron Breakker was provoked. And that's the card that Paul Heyman is clearly going to use to get that suspension null and void. And Bron Breakker going to be able to do as he please. And this puts a big, giant spotlight on Bron Breakker, which is a good, slow burn for what's eventually to come for him, because clearly he's going to have a moment in the spotlight. And it's almost like not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Yeah. We got a few super chat donations to read here. We got Chuck Berries, who says in 2026, thank you so much, Chuck Berries, by the way. He says in 2026, I desperately need to see Bron Breakker spear the bejesus out of Adam Pearce and put his ass out of commission for a bit. I really wanted him to just murk Adam Pearce here. I wanted Adam Pearce to get distracted by someone else in the vision, and then he spears him as well.
No. I can't wait to see. It looks like my man is going back to, he's trying to get back to YN status. He went back in 10 in bed.
Yeah, he don't look as white as a couple of weeks ago. I called him out for not having that tan on point, and he went back to the tan in bed. That's my man. YN status. That's my man. We got also a super chat donation from Dion Jenkins. Thank you so much, Dion, for the support. He says, I think we get Braun versus Seth at Mania, and Braun goes on to win King of the Ring and then the title at SummerSlam. I think that's best case scenario. If Seth is healthy and ready, that would be the ideal matchup to do, because I don't want to see them just run back the Braun versus Punk matchup again at WrestleMania. I want something new. I want something fresh, and it's much bigger matchups for Punk with Cody or Roman at WrestleMania. So I'd rather see him face one of those guys. And Braun, I would love to see him versus Seth. I would even be okay with him versus Brock as well, but like he needs one of those like non-title big matches against one of the established main eventers that he beats at Mania to set him on a course. Yeah, he can eventually win the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam. However, I don't want what a lot of fans said after this whole angle of Bron Breakker versus Adam Pearce at WrestleMania. What the fuck are y'all thinking? What? This is not Scrap Daddy Adam Pearce. This is Power Hungry Pearce. This is an authority figure. This is a non-wrestler. Why do y'all think that's something good for Bron Breakker at WrestleMania?
At WrestleMania?
Yes, I saw people put that on social media.
I would be cool with it if it's on Monday Night Raw. But you're the biggest show of the year, and that is how you're gonna promote what is gonna be your future champion? These people are insane, bro. Like, thank God fans aren't bookers, bro.
Seriously.
Some of y'all niggas don't think before y'all talk.
Don't think before they talk. They tweet. They don't do it all.
One of those things that if they listen to the fan and then they have that marquee up, Adam Pearce versus Bron Breakker, you're immediately saying, what the fuck is this shit? And you're the person that made the idea.
Exactly. That's the type of shit they do. That is the type of shit they do. We also got one more super chat donation from earlier from Dion. Thank you so much, Dion, for the support. He says, I saw a stat that Triple H has done 4 mass man angles in the last 12 months. This fraud is creatively bankrupt. I agree. That is outrageous. I know of, they did Jacob Fatu, they did R-Truth, they did Becky at Clash in Paris. I'm trying to think of the fourth. Who's the fourth? I think he mentioned it up here. I'm just Not okay. He said, "Oh, Theory. Yeah, Theory. Theory is the other one. Yeah, I totally forgot Theory was doing the Masked Man gimmick. Yeah, he is.
That was actually the most recent one.
Yeah, exactly. He is devoid of good ideas. It seems like. Yeah, seems legit. Seems legit. Legit devoid of good ideas. It seems.
The Masked Man or woman.
But they always do this with Braun, where they kind of just make him into the maniac to put him on a side mission instead of him focused on winning the world title. So, like I said, I like the angle, and I thought Braun came across well, but just puts him on another side mission away from the world title when he should be the world champion by now.
Why do Raw even have what are these general managers even here for?
Here to maintain control.
You don't see any of these fucking AEW shows have general managers.
No.
And it's running just fine. Adam Pearce ain't really booking any of this shit. Just let the show go and let this motherfucker stop wasting 15 minutes of camera time every week. Like, if you're not going to do nothing with them, then why are they on camera?
It's true.
Back to differ with the whole Nick Aldis thing, but it's fine.
Yeah, Nick Aldis is useless as well. I'll be honest.
It's another suit.
We get a WrestleMania commercial with Triple H receiving calls from celebrities like Peyton Manning, John Berthal, Pete Davidson, Eric Andre, iShowSpeed, Lin-Manuel Miranda, Little Yachty, Jalen Brunson, Therese Halliburton, Tony Hinchcliffe. I said celebrities, my bad. I didn't mean him. Cam Scatterboo and Travis Barker. They all tried pitching WrestleMania ideas involving themselves with stressed out Triple H. Good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, you might be on to something there. I think a change up in the attitude of a general manager might make my opinion different. But having two babyface general managers, it's like ugh.
Yeah.
It's like ugh. There's no stacking the deck against the top babyface. There's none of those impossible odds that the babyface has got to deal with. It's all like fair and favoritism and all of that shit. When we had the heel general managers, you had motherfuckers having to do fucking gauntlet matches. You had been motherfuckers getting set up hook, line, and sinker left and right, getting screwed over, getting us more invested. But these good guys, all they want is justice. They want justice.
They're just here to maintain order and make number one contenders matches.
They're like the police.
Yeah. I'm good on that. I don't want to see the police on my
they miss all the important shit anyway.
Unless they're getting speared by Roman. That's the only time I want to see police on my television. We get an Oba Femi vignette video package. A new one is shown, and they talk about him vacating the NXT championship, and we get a plug for tonight's show. Do you think that we're going to be lucky enough to have Oba Femi on Monday Night Raw? That is what the reports have been saying.
We need it. We fucking need it. SmackDown is fucking stacked.
Yeah.
Like, SmackDown is stacked now. Having Matt Cardona, having Trick Williams, having Jordan Grace, all just pop up. Randy Orton returning.
Sami
Drew
Zayn
McIntyre is actually important now. Sami Zayn came back.
Jacob Fatu is back.
Just came back. SmackDown is fucking loaded right now. Raw is looking like they could barely make 2 hours. You still got Carmelo, wherever the fuck LA Knight is.
There was a report before the show that he had been flown out to Germany to be a part of the show, and then he wasn't part of the show last night.
Yeah, you still got cats like Dragunov. You still got like that shit is loaded, and that's not even.
They really replenished SmackDown, because SmackDown was by far the weaker men's division and women's division at the tail end of 2025. But in a number of weeks, they stacked it up.
And then you still, regardless if you like them or not, you still got the whole MFT gang. You still got the entire Wyatt Six crew. Like you still got Damian Priest. You still got Aleister Black. Like they got people over there.
Yeah.
Raw. This is why we're getting Akira Tozawa and fucking Otis against the Usos. This is why we're getting shit like Maxxine Dupri and Becky Lynch and Stephanie Vaquer versus fucking Raquel Rodriguez. Because all the other good stars, they're all fucking tied up in the same fucking rivalry.
Hey, they done gave us 2 back-to-back good episodes, Philly stuff. They can fill 3 hours. They did it back-to-back weeks. Hopefully they can do it, because I'll be there on Friday in London. So hopefully they make it three weeks in a row.
Oh, SmackDown's smoking Raw in 2026 so far.
Yeah, it's like a 10-8 round so far, 2 weeks in. Then we get Jackie Redmond. She is backstage now with the ring general Gunther. He called AJ Styles disrespectful for smacking him in the face over something he had no involvement in. It was disrespectful to do that to the best wrestler in this company, and disrespectful to do that to the man who made John Cena tap out like a little bitch. If Gunther could do that to the so-called greatest of all time, Styles should be worried about what happens to him after the bell rings. You get Gunther coming out, AJ Styles coming out for our main event matchup. First time ever, Gunther versus AJ Styles. Early on, AJ is all over Gunther. He's targeting the leg with kicks to the back of his hamstring. We get Gunther slamming AJ down on the apron, but Styles fought back and hits a sliding knee strike. Gunther cuts off AJ and again with a big clothesline when he gets back into the ring, but Styles keeps fighting back and keep going after the leg of Gunther. Gunther held control through a commercial break and continued with chops following the break. Styles tries to fight back with some strikes of his own, but Gunther decks him down with a big lariat. There were dual chants until Gunther decides to do the "you can't see me," and then the crowd is firmly in the corner of AJ Styles booing Gunther. The hesitation allows Styles to mount a comeback. He hits 3 consecutive dragon screw leg whips just to prove that Corey Graves was just doing a "here nigga damn" reference to Hiroshi Tanahashi. He did not mention that that's Hiroshi Tanahashi's signature move, and AJ has history with Tanahashi. Styles avoided a clothesline and then hits a Pele kick. He then applies the calf crusher for the first time, but Gunther got the rope break. Styles went to the apron to hit a forearm, but he slipped on whatever he tried to do next, so Gunther chopped him. He then applied a sleeper, but AJ was able to grab his leg and do a dragon screw in the ropes. Styles hit a springboard somersault leg drop right on the bad leg of Gunther. That was cool, and it came completely out of nowhere, and I don't even think that was done on purpose. I think AJ botched it, but it looked great. Styles went for a phenomenal forearm, but Gunther is able to dodge it. They trade counters until Gunther hits a big clothesline and then follows up with a power bomb, but AJ kicks out at 2. They trade strikes and chops until AJ once again applies the calf crusher, but Gunther escaped by smashing Styles' head against the mat. Gunther popped up and hits a shotgun dropkick. Styles manages once again to get the calf crusher, and this time Gunther's in the center of the ring. He tries to fight to the ropes, but AJ maintains position. This is the third time in the calf crusher, so the pain is overwhelming for Gunther. Suddenly, though, we get AJ, who just gets up off the hold. He starts making the referee, tells the referee to raise his hand, claiming that Gunther tapped out. Styles motions as though Gunther submitted by tapping his leg. He motions that, but the referee had no idea what he was talking about. He decides to tell the ring announcer that the match could continue, even though not making it seem like the match was over at all. So I don't understand why he needed to have a conversation with the ring announcer. But this allows AJ to go over to Gunther, and Gunther uses this to his advantage. He low blows AJ behind the referee's back. He then follows up with a big power bomb, and he gets the 1, 2, 3. Gunther has defeated AJ Styles. After the matchup, we get the replay is shown, and it's explained what happens. Wade Barrett suggests that Gunther tapped on purpose, knowing that the referee wouldn't see it, as he did it behind his back as the referee was asking him to submit. He tapped out on AJ's right leg behind the referee's back to get AJ to let go of the hold. I will say this, Styles looks like a fucking goof for letting go despite a call not being made. So the follow-up would be important to this. It does, set up the calf crusher as kind of a beater for Gunther. So I didn't think the finish was done great, but the match itself was excellent. This was an excellent main event. Both guys worked well. The psychology and the storytelling was superb here, with AJ working over the leg to set up for the calf crusher, which set up the finish quite well. But I thought the execution of the finish and the referee very contrively kind of looking at the ring announcer for way too long and having a conversation despite never making it seem like the match was over. It just looked stupid as hell. And then the post-match looked extra weird because it took way too much time replaying the finish over and over and over and over again, like they didn't know what to do to close out the show. So other than that, both guys worked well. These were two of the best on Monday Night Raw, working a long form main event. It went almost 18 minutes. Great matchup. I just have my issues with the finish and the post match. What did you think?
This match was fucking awesome, dude. This match was awesome. AJ's almost 50. AJ's almost 50.
Yeah.
And he is out there killing it with Gunther. Like that was awesome. Just it being their first time in the ring together, their in-ring chemistry is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like, geez, like that's just a nod to how good Gunther is too. Like, golly, like you would think these motherfuckers had like 8-9 matches prior to this, and this was their first. But this is why I rag on stupid baby faces, because AJ Styles did a stupid babyface thing. If this was a heel, the heel isn't letting go of the hold until he hears ding, 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 ding. Sure. And he ain't letting it go until he hears the tap, until he hears the bell ring. But no, AJ took it upon himself and he won. And then these yo, I hate stupid referees, bro. Like, you were in proper position every other time AJ Styles had the calf crusher on. You were in position to see both sides every single time, except the time that you were needed to be in position. And then all of a sudden you block your view from an entire side. So you're looking for only one hand of Gunther
yeah.
We're only looking for one hand. Like, he ain't got two.
Or he was looking for him to verbally say, I quit. Like,
we haven't seen people tap out and tap out on a person. Like, you haven't watched any fights ever.
That's the Brazilian tap out.
That's literally every single UFC fight you'd ever imagine.
And that was what we were live for Brock Lesnar and Undertaker with the first time wrestling did this angle. of the Phantom of the hidden tap out, the
Yeah.
Undertaker tapping out to Brock back at
And
SummerSlam
what
2015.
did Lesnar do? Tapped on the Undertaker's body.
No. It was Undertaker tapped, and they did the hidden tap.
So it was Undertaker that tapped on Brock's body.
Yeah.
Undertaker didn't hit the mat either. It was on the person's body. So it's like not like it's never been done before in wrestling. But we one, dumbassly get up. And then two, we dumbassly don't see it. So literally everything after the fact, you deserved it. And the referee's calls are final. So you can show 37 replays all you want. You can show 40 replays all you want. Your dumbass missed it. You shouldn't be refereeing main events anymore.
Oh,
But it was a fantastic match. Match.
Yeah, both guys worked their asses off in this one. They told a great story. Yeah, that and you can tell they left a lot of meat on the bone. It didn't even feel like they went into third gear. They were saving it for a rematch. Yeah. That's what this finish sets up, is a natural rematch between the two. And like Chuck Berry saying here in the chat, he says this result just screams rematch. So does it happen in Montreal for Saturday night's main event? I would love it. Either the Saturday night's main event or the Royal Rumble. I would do the rematch there. We got here Philly Steph, who says, do you think it's possible that AJ could do the Styles Clash to him? 100%. AJ's done the Styles Clash to Samoa Joe. He could do it to Gunther.
Yeah, and then Gunther is good enough and flexible enough to let AJ do what he needs to do. He'll just hold Gunther up by the thighs, opposed to like kind of like legs. He can execute it on Gunther, and he's definitely strong enough to do it.
Yeah. Philly Steph saying, so will Gunther retire AJ at WrestleMania? I don't think this is Gunther's WrestleMania match. I said this before. I said this a few weeks ago. This would feel like a downgrade for Gunther after getting all the heat and beating John Cena at WrestleMania. Gunther needs to face one of the top guys. And unfortunately, WWE doesn't position AJ Styles as a top guy. But this is a great program for him to do before he starts his WrestleMania build.
And on top of that, nobody's retiring AJ Styles at WrestleMania.
Yeah, AJ's going to wrestle a few months into the year.
Yeah. He's nobody's retiring AJ. Now AJ might go out probably close to the Survivor Series or something like that. He's gonna go as much as he can, and then he's done. But he's gonna go for most of the year. He'll go for most of the year, not 4 months in.
Yeah. Philly Steph saying, I mean the height difference. He's done the Styles Clash to Lance Archer. He's done it to tall guys. He's done it to big guys. He could do it to Gunther. And yes, a lot of people saying it was a great match. I agree. This was probably the highlight in the ring on the night. So let us know what you thought about Monday Night Raw last night. You know what time it is. It is time to give your opinion on the show. If you're watching us on demand, let us know in the comments down below what you thought about last night's Monday Night Raw. Give us your match of the night, your MVP, your LVP, your moment of the night, whether you gave the show a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle, and out of 10, what did you give last night's show? Already on our poll on our True Hill Heat YouTube channel, out of 26 votes, we have 15% for 1 out of 4. We got 23% for 9 out of 10. We got 27% for 5 to 6 out of 10. And then the winner, 35% for 7 to 8 out of 10. But for me and Top Guy JJ, for the January 12, 2026 edition of WWE Raw in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, slight thumbs up. Slight thumbs up. I'm going with a 7 out of 10 for this show. This was much better, but still not like great. It was a decent enough show compared to last week. What did you think?
I went slight because I'm going 6.5.
Fair.
I'm going 6.5. Some really good stuff out of it, but I can't unsee can't unsee back-to-back Becky, Dupri, Raquel, Stephanie segments. I can't unsee it. Like they and then they give us the biggest fucking blue ball tease of the night of Javon Evans and whatever the fuck his name is that Tyler Bates disguised as. So I don't know if 6.5 is up, down, middle, or right.
Yeah, 6.5 is. I always give a thumbs in the middle if I'm at a 6.5. I was close. I'm gonna give it the 7 because of the last two segments, the Bron angle and then the Gunther and AJ Styles matchup gives it a passing grade for me.
So you almost passed for me. You barely passed for SP.
Who was your MVP for the show?
That one's hard.
I'm gonna give it to surprisingly, I'm gonna give it to the Judgment Day. Finn got a title match without winning a goddamn singles match in the last 5 months. Liv and Roxanne became number 1 contenders, winning the triple threat, and Raquel beat stupid ass Vaquer once again.
Damn. Yeah, I'm not giving anything to the Judgment Day. I'm not giving anything to the Judgment Day. Fuck out of here. I'm gonna go with Gunther. I'm gonna go with Gunther for an excellent main event, a banger of a match with AJ Styles, and pulling off the victory.
And tapping out like a little bitch.
He clearly didn't.
He did. He did. I seen it.
What was the result?
LVP for the show, Adam Pearce.
This week, yeah. I mean, Adam Pearce he's my honorable mention. But this week, I'm going Triple H.
That's fair. That's also fair. I did think about it.
I'm getting really. I mean, I've been tired of it, but every fucking week of this mediocre bullshit, and almost trying to give you one moment that you enjoy the show, like
part of the show,
and then out of nowhere, you giving Otis and Tozawa a tag team title match.
Yeah, you're right. I'll give it to Triple H. I was gonna hold against him the women's segment, but that Otis and Tozawa, yeah, he deserves help.
And then you turn fucking Jey Uso into an ad break segment.
Match of the night, Gunther and AJ.
Oh yeah.
Moment of the night, I'm giving it to Bron Breakker's Rampage getting suspended.
Yes. See, yeah, that I agree with. Bron Breakker is the moment of the night.
That is our ratings for Monday Night Raw this week. I want to thank you all for joining us live. Thank you all for those great super chat donations. You guys were awesome with that today. Definitely appreciate that. And of course, remember, if you haven't already, drop the thumbs up on the video, share it with your friends, subscribe if you are new. Top Guy JJ, let the people know where they can follow you on social media and when they will see you again.
On Instagram, you can find me at TrueHill_TopGuyJJ. And on the YouTube channel, I will be back here next week. Yeah, next Tuesday for Rated Raw Review. And for my February True Hill Heat appearance, it's still a few weeks away, so it's going to be towards the end of February.
And yes, follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. I will be back tomorrow at 1:05 p.m. Eastern time. At 2:05 p.m. Eastern time, excuse me, 2:05 p.m. Eastern time. I will be live with Joe Pearl of Fightful Overbooks in the Weeds. He will be joining me to preview TNA Genesis as well as TNA's debut on AMC. We're going to be previewing all the matches for their AMC premiere on Thursday, as well as all the matches for their big pay-per-view this Saturday, TNA Genesis. Join us for that. You can follow the True Hill Heat gang at True Hill Heat on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and of course, patreon.com/True Hill Heat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content. The best way to support us when we are not live here. Dropping also tomorrow, outside of our Genesis preview, we will also be dropping our 2026 predictions. All of our predictions for myself, Miss Chrissy Love, and the True Draw Josh that we did on the True Hill Heat flagship podcast a couple of weeks ago. And also check out the latest True Hill Heat flagship podcast with myself, Top Guy JJ, True Draw Josh, and Miss Chrissy Love, breaking down all the news from the first big week of 2026 in wrestling. And of course, like I said, join us tomorrow for the TNA Genesis preview. Me and Top Guy JJ will be back with you next Tuesday, 1:05 p.m. Eastern time, with Rated Raw Review, reviewing Raw
Maybe
in Belfast, Ireland. Huh?
That may be 1:15.
Oh yeah, 1:15 p.m. Eastern time. So join us for that. For Top Guy JJ, it is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. This has been Rated Raw Review number 102, Robbery in Germany. We are signing off until next time.
Peace.